The late adopter. Hello everybody, good morning and welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. We do this show every day, Monday to Friday. On the dollar, 9 a.m. because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, altcoins, dollar index, markets and everything else. And for everybody wondering where I have been the last couple of days, I've been on vacation to Legoland in Denmark with the kids. You know, so that's done right now. So we are back in the game. We are looking at the charts, we are looking at the lines, and we're gonna have a good time. And today we're gonna talk about, of course, everybody wonders, you know, when is this gonna pull back? When is this gonna go down? Are we actually bearish? You know, when are we gonna have this pullback towards downside? You know, the pullback doesn't seem to be coming. The pullback doesn't seem to be coming, and we're gonna look at a little bit bigger time frames, and I'm gonna tell you that, you know, it doesn't actually look bad. It looks good, guys. It looks good. Like, when we analyze the charts, we look at the lines and then we try to look at indicators to show some kind of strength or weakness in the price. And there's very little, you know, weakness in the price. Even though there might be some, you know, bearish patterns forming on these charts, stuff looks good, guys. Stuff actually looks good, and I'm gonna tell you how we can actually pump towards upside. Also, thing to notice, today is the 12th of August. Today we have the supermoon. We don't have it on the charts just yet, but you know, today today or tomorrow the supermoon is starting, so I'm expecting a big pump towards the upside very soon. I'm gonna explain to you when that's gonna come. How's everybody doing in the chat right now? Who is here? Vanales for morning, how you doing, man? Bliatman is back in the chat, how you doing, man? Salim, what's up, TLA, how you doing, man? How you boys, Bliatman? Vinet, it looks like Anchor is very good short. It is done for the news. I think Captain was actually long on Anchor yesterday, but you know, might be short there somewhere. That is definitely happening. Bridge Cable, what's up? How you doing, man? We shall morning, all morning. How you doing? Your guys' opinion on ARA breakout post put 0.64. I think everything might actually break towards the upside. I'm gonna explain to you why. And although it does look bearish, and you know, there is always these bearish, you know, patterns indicates they just don't play out. They just don't play out. You will see bearish candlesticks, you will see bearish patterns, you will see bearish moves, you will see bearish news, but nothing breaks down us. I mean, we are slowly moving towards the upside, and we are actually increasing speed towards the upside. I'm going to actually talk a little bit about that and how this move is actually maybe some kind of start of the parabolic move towards the upside. It looks good, guys. It looks good. I don't know why you're crying. I don't know why you're crying. Disabri, hello guys, how you doing, man? Anthony, back in the game, baby. Exactly. We are back in the game, back on the chart, so we're gonna see what's happening. Theoretically, things should go a bit lower. Yeah, see, Barry, that's what everybody is feeling like. Things should go a little bit lower, like theoretically, but it doesn't, you know, based on technical analysis, it should not. It should not. I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show you why. He lives, stop everyone. John Barker is in chat. Hey man, how you doing? Long time no see. I missed you guys. Morning everybody. Mladen is in the chat as well. Long Mountain big pump dump day. I don't know, it's a big dump day. We might pull back a little bit. I'm gonna explain to you why, but you know, overall bigger moves, I think it's towards the upside. I'm not liking the reversal pattern on daily. I don't see a reversal pattern. There is on the daily time frame right now. We got this shooting star up here at the top. It might actually pull us a little bit towards downside, but it, you know, still looks strong. Still looks very strong. So there is that. Andy Lou, welcome back. Thanks, Andy. How you doing, man? What's up? The greenest goblin is in the chat. Sagar Kate, good morning. How was your vacation? Vacation was very nice. Thanks for asking. Vacation was very nice. But right now it's time for me to get my vacation, because that was the kids' vacation. Right now it's time for me to get my vacation. Morning, Edward. How you doing? Toxic Entity, good morning. How you doing, man? Xander, good morning. Hobbies, good morning. The Santa Plan is in the chat. Hi man, how you doing? Andy Lou, as you were absent, I had no motivation to beat my trade, lost 20%. I hope you're gonna do better. There was, I'm also been thinking, you know, I had time to think while I was on vacation, you know, what I'm gonna do, you know. So we are definitely gonna trade more. We're definitely gonna do you know, more trading, you know. But right now, you know, it's still, you know, a little bit more summer. The kids are starting school in a week's time and stuff like that, right? I will have more time when it comes to kids, but I will have also, you know, more work at home and at you know, work. So I'll try to trade as much as we can. You know, I think that's the way to go. So you know, we're gonna see that. The bottom almost reach of the wave 2, wave 3 could start soon. I hope your analysis on Elliott waves is working well, because I'm not really good at that. Musica, pump it, man. Welcome back, brother. Welcome. Thanks, man. Nawab and Crypto Damus, AVTLA. How's everybody doing? Before we actually start, I just want you guys to notice one thing in the chat. There is 68 people here, there is 18 likes, and I'm not talking about likes, you know, smack the like button, but there is 69 people right now in the chat. There is not a lot of people in here. That might be, you know, certain reasons, because I've been absent, you know, people are not still not back and so forth. It's Friday. But what I want to tell you guys are the lucky ones. You guys are here down at the bottom and able to actually scoop these, you know, gems and altcoins and everything else. Of course, you gotta do that on KuCoin, so I'm gonna show my links down below. But you gotta understand, guys, that, you know, big players are acquiring all the gems. It can fall lower, it can go down to 70k again, to 15 to 12. We don't know how low it can go. But everything right now, when it comes to technical analysis and other indicators, is showing that some kind of bottom has been reached. We're going up. Or not only that, I think we might have a dump because of two reasons. And just before I went on vacation last weekend, I actually read in the mainstream news, some girl in the last 3 years made like 250% in the stock market. So they're shilling the stock market back to the mainstream. That means that probably mainstream is coming to some, you know, some kind of highs, and they need to sell. So they're trying to shill. You gotta always have this contrary mindset, right? So when they are shilling the market, when they are shilling the Bitcoin to the masses, that means that we are having a sell-off, or the big players are, you know, selling a little bit towards downside. So right now they kind of start shilling a little bit, you know, stock market and Bitcoin to the masses, and I think that's why we are getting to these stops right now. So, you know, we might go up a little bit more, but there will definitely be a pullback at one point. Besides that, I think yesterday or the day before that, I cannot find the article again, I read that JP Morgan that said that the bottom has been reached. We might try to find that again. Let's just try to do a quick Google search. Let's see up here. JP Morgan bottom has been reached Bitcoin. I think they said something like JP Morgan thinks crypto market has been met 2 days ago. Yeah. JP Morgan says crypto market has found a floor, why Bitcoin Ethereum may have bottom. So you can see right now, there are already right now the news, the big agency, the big players, the leads that are owning these agencies, they are right now telling them, as yeah, we hit the bottom, you can buy now and stuff like that. So, you know, that's one of the things that I think that, you know, soon there will be a pullback, but not quite yet. Soon, but not quite yet. So it's an important thing to notice, right? Important thing to notice. Yes, man, Mt. Gox clients will be selling Bitcoin starting this month. No, they won't. I mean, it's so little Bitcoin that, you know, they've been hodling for, you know, 10 years. So they're not interested in selling the bottoms, guys. Some might sell, some might get rid of it, some might take some kind of profits or something like that. But, you know, there will be no big selling. And the amount of Bitcoin, there is, I think it's 100K or something like 150K Bitcoin. It won't be that drastic. I know that's some kind of fun news and stuff like that, but it won't be that drastic. Hi bro, how was the Legoland? Legoland was nice. Are you going to trade today? There might be trade today. We're gonna see that. So what we're gonna talk right now over here is, of course, what's happening in Bitcoin and stuff. I'm really happy that you are back. It was boring without you. I'm happy that I'm back as well, man. I'm happy that, you know, it was boring without charts, you know, but I was watching, you know, the Telegram channel charts a little bit, you know, but not that much. So what's happened here yesterday that we had this big the star doji candle up here at the top, which is actually quite bearish, and I can show some kind of top up here. But you can see that the candle before that is a bullish engulfing candle. We went up, down, and then we're straight back up with this doji candle up here. And just like I said in the start, in some kind of bullish market, in any kind of bullish moves, you will see that, you know, even these bearish momentums, bearish prices where we pull back and we should continue towards downside just do not happen. The price just keeps on pumping towards upside, pumping towards upside. So this looks over here, although it does might be looking that we are coming to some kind of top up here and might have some kind of pullback towards downside. This still looks to me bullish, and I'm gonna explain to you why. I'm gonna explain to you why this looks bullish. So first of all, let's draw some lines. There have been some couple of nice lines on the chart up here. Of course, there is one line down here that's creating this nice, very nice channel over here. Something like this. I think there is this nice channel up here. You can see here that we are sitting on this midline up here right now, getting ready for a move maybe towards the upside, but we are still in this bigger channel towards the upside up here. This is actually two channels up here, but it does look nice, you know, until we are down below, out of this channel below something like 22k, down here below 22k, nothing is actually happening, guys. You have to understand that these big moves that we are talking about, these big moves that we're talking about, you know, big move towards upside, big move towards upside, they happen when we are either at the bottom down here and then you get a big move towards the end of the channel, or you're at the top up here and you get a big move towards down channel. Right now we got this doji candle, this star doji here in the middle of this channel up here, which doesn't tell me that we are gonna have a big move out. It's only after you break this towards upside, downside, that you have a big move, or break this towards upside that you have a big move towards upside. So any kind of big move is right now not in play just yet. We're still gonna, you know, trend sideways a little bit. We're gonna go up a little bit, down a little bit, but it looks like it is getting ready to actually pump towards the upside. Let's go to the weekly time frames. Let's talk about the weekly time frame up here and pop some moving averages up here, and I'm gonna show you that we are technically looking very nice right now. We are technically looking very nice. We are above 200 moving average right now for the second week in a row. We are above 10 moving average for the second week in a row. We don't have actually taking a lot of resistance until 29k. Next week that would be around 28k or something like that. So until we hit some kind of 28k down here, we technically don't have much resistance between us, right? Between this level down here all the way up there, something like 20% more towards upside, we don't have much resistance. We have a little bit of resistance, you know, some kind of trend line, something like that, but there is not much resistance. So it does look good. It does look good. Let's go back to the daily time frame up here and talk more about these lines up here. And it does look nice. Now, when we say that things looks bearish, right? So over here we have some kind of rising wedge up here, give or take, maybe down here, something like this. It looks like some kind of rising wedge on the chart over here. If you draw something like this, it looks like a rising wedge. If you pop the volume up here, you see that volume is going technically towards downside. So entire move towards upside, the volume is going down, and you know, people will say, oh, rising wedge, lowering volume, this is gonna definitely break on downside. It can break on the downside. Always remember that it can break on downside, but we are not actually very bearish. You know, I'm still gonna show you a lot of stuff that shows that we are very bullish, and I'm expecting this actually to continue towards the upside and more move towards the upside. So any kind of move towards downside, towards this line down here, should be a very nice long opportunity, and I'm still expecting this to break the upside and continue towards the upside. But it does look kind of bearish when you look at it like this, like rising wedge with a losing volume, you know, break towards the upside. That's why these indicators come in place. And we always watch for indicators to tell us whether the move is good or not. What you're gonna see here on the daily time frame, for example, down here, is that momentum is technically the price has been going a little bit towards upside, while momentum is going a little bit towards downside. So we pulled back, so this is already over, but we are still, you know, have a bullish cross up here, and so we are still going towards the upside on the MACD on the daily time frame. There is slight divergence on the daily time frame up here, but the divergence on RSI are a lagging indicator. It should not be taking that that serious. So you can see down here that this line, I don't know if you can see it, this line is going you know, slightly towards upside, while over here the you know, RSI is going down. But this can actually very fast change you know, in our favor if we pump just a little bit towards upside. So any kind of move towards upside up here will, you know, remove this divergence on the daily time frame. And besides this, you know, rising wedge with the losing volume and this slight daily divergence, I don't see much bearishness, guys. I don't see much bearishness. It looks good. It looks like we're gonna pump towards the upside. It looks like we're gonna pump towards the upside. So let's remove up here and talk about some kind of more channels up here. So this, what's you're looking at right now, it looks like this is gonna explode towards the upside. Oftentimes you'll see some kind of move towards downside, you'll see some kind of bottom, and you'll see this, you know, slow movement towards upside that increases in speed. This is also a bottom and this is very bullish way to do stuff. You can see that it's increasing in speed slowly towards upside. So this is what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for this increase in speed to, you know, get the move towards upside, and then hit some kind of top on this last move, and then have a decent pullback. I don't expect this pullback to go back below any kind of 20k or something like that, but I expect to be a decent pullback towards the downside, because as I told you in the start, they are shilling Bitcoin to the mainstream. They're telling it's the bottom. We reach some kind of bottom. You know, this guy and this girl is making money in the stock market. Buy, right? They're shilling right now because they bought a lot down here. Right now we're going up. Right now they're shilling. A lot of people will start forming in up here at the top, and once they start forming in at the top, then we're gonna have a pullback. Then they're gonna start selling. Of course, we're gonna start buying again. We're gonna get secondary accumulation phase, and then we're gonna go up, and then we're gonna start shilling again, and the cycle of life, you know, continue around, right? So I'm expecting this move towards upside to actually happen. I'm expecting more towards upside than downside. Now look at this, guys. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna look at some indicators on the weekly time frame that show you that we are actually very bullish. We're gonna start with the RSI on the weekly time frame. Right now you can see that RSI is down at 36. This is still very low. Like, I mean, technically we can do this stuff up here. We can do this, but we are not oversold. It's not like we are on the 90 RSI and, you know, we're expecting a big pullback, or we got some kind of big divergence on RSI. We got nothing. We are still very low, and we're slowly climbing. So RSI is not giving us right now anything. Even if you look at let's see up here. I haven't seen this, but you know, we're getting close to this RSI, some kind of RSI top. Maybe it's gonna be something like this up here, give or take. Maybe down here if you pull a little bit. But we are still not above the line. We still not hitting. We still haven't hit the you know, hit the line that well. I actually do not like drawing the lines on the RSI. Maybe we're hitting it right now, but maybe we're gonna make a move towards the upside. But it doesn't look that bad. So RSI is still right now sitting at you know, 30, 37, 38, give or take. It's not that, you know, overbought or anything like that. We didn't even hit the midline up here at 50. We didn't even hit the midline at 50. You can see here on the 50 up here. Once we are above the 50, you're bullish. Below 50, you're bearish, and so forth. We are still kind of bearish, but we haven't hit you know, two major important levels is 40 and 50 on the RSI, and we haven't hit those levels yet. We still got more room towards the upside before we actually get you know, pullback towards downside when it comes to RSI. So when you look at RSI on the weekly time frame, it looks very nice. On the MACD, the momentum is going towards upside while the price has been going towards downside, which is very good. And although we have been getting the bullish crosses before and fake out towards downside, this is a little bit different right now because we are very oversold levels. We hit some kind of bottoms down here, and right now we're getting this bullish cross after this momentum change, which is very bullish. So even the weekly MACD is telling us that, you know, this can continue towards upside. It does not have to go down. Down here, down at mine indicator down here, what you're gonna notice down here is that we already hit some kind of very extreme low levels down here. This is a Corona dump. This is the bottom down here at the 2017. This is the first sell-off down here after the top. You know, these extreme low levels have been reached, but these right now we're just above the zero line up here. You know, we are not oversold. You cannot look at it, the price, and say we are oversold, we need to pull back or anything like that. It does not have to happen. It looks good. It looks good, guys. And if you look at these other levels up here, like on the top up here, you know, top up here, top up there, the previous top up here, you know, we are not nowhere close when it comes to you know, being oversold to overbought towards the upside. We are just above the line, just above us. So the move towards the upside can definitely happen, because we've reached some kind of bottom. We have had accumulation right now for how long? How many days have I had accumulation? This has been accumulating right now for 2 months, I think. 54 days, almost 2 months, and we said this accumulation phase is going to last between 3 to 6 months, so you know we are still on track to that. So right now we had this accumulation phase lasting for 2 months, and we are in no way, shape or form oversold. So it does look good, it does look nice. Just a second. That had to happen. So I hope you do realize that none of the indicators are right now telling us that we are in any shape or form in very, you know, bearish. There are some slight bearish, you know, moves happening, but nothing major, nothing that tells to us, you know, this needs to turn around. This needs to turn around. There are no big divergences. There are no big overbought levels. There are no extensions. There is nothing. Nothing on the price says right now that we should, for whatever reason, go towards the downside. Let's go into the higher time frames. This has been the weekly time frame. Let's go to the monthly time frame. So what you're gonna see on the monthly time frame, guys. First of all, the moving averages up here. The moving averages. We are right now, you know, we managed to reclaim the 50 moving average on the monthly. It's a very, very bullish. We even went down with the week up here, almost touched the 50 moving average. So we technically used the 50 moving average as support down here. Very, very bullish. And if you look at this right now, we don't have any kind of, you know, legit resistance on the monthly time frame until 36,000. We got these kind of wicks on downside. We don't count these wicks. We got this bottom down here, 35,000. Maybe it's a little bit more, but technically there's a lot of empty space between, you know, 23,000 and 35,000. There is definitely resistances when you look at a weekly and the daily time frames, but on the monthly time frames there's very, very little resistance, right? Very little resistance all the way up to 35k, and it does look good. Oversold levels hit the 50k. Right now we can actually have a nice bounce towards the upside. So when you look at the moving averages, it does look very nice. Over here on the monthly time frame on RSI, when it comes to RSI, let's go to another chart so we can see full RSI, historical RSI up here. What you're gonna see here, we already hit some kind of bottom, guys. We already hit some kind of bottom down here. This is 2014-15 bottom. This is 2018 bottom, and you can see right now we are right now sitting at 40 levels on the you know, 2022 bottom down here, and we just pulled back, but we pulled back. How much did we pull back? Can we do the zigzag up here? It definitely can do the zigzag, but there is nothing that says like, you know what, this thing over here needs to go, you know, needs to go down. Not only that, what I'm gonna show you on MACD is that MACD is telling us that we need to go up, guys. We need to go up. MACD is super bullish on the monthly time frame, guys. I don't know if you understand that. MACD is super bullish. What you're gonna see here is that right now we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months of after a bearish cross, 8 months of a down movement on Bitcoin. 8 months. Now if you look at it a little bit historically up here on the 2018 move towards downside, after the cross we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months until we actually changed the momentum. So momentum was going steeply towards downside for 7 months until the momentum changed down here at the bottom, right? Until the momentum changed, right? 7 months. This was 7 months over here. In 2014, the momentum towards downside was going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. 6 months down here. The momentum towards downside after the cross was going down for 6 months after momentum change. And these momentums is actually where the bottom is actually happening. The bottom doesn't happen on the crosses. The bottom happens on where the momentum actually changes. On where the momentum changes. You can see also here on the 2017, when the momentum changes, this is where we actually get to the bottoms, right? And right now we are waiting for this momentum change, guys. We are waiting for momentum. 2014 was 6 months, 2018 was 7 months, and right now in 2022 we have 8 months of downward momentum. You can see here, and right now we are waiting for this change on the momentum towards the upside. So already momentum is very, very huge. When you have this big momentum towards downside, big time frame, it's very hard to break certain very important levels of resistance. Right now we came with this very, very huge momentum very steeply towards downside. It's very hard to just continue going down up here, you know, just do this and continue going down. It's very, very hard to do that. So this does look bullish to me. The fact that we had a momentum towards downside for 8 months and right now trying to turn towards upside, it looks very, very bullish. Not only that, when you look at the MACD, you'll see that MACD previously only once was below the zero line. The zero line on the MACD goes right up here. That's the zero line where we have changes up here. And as long as on the monthly time frame, you'll see that only over here we had a slight move below the zero line, and then continue towards the upside. The signal line never actually hit went below the zero line. You'll see this that ever since Bitcoin inception, only that one time 2014 we were a little bit below it. Over here we came very, very close, and right now we are coming very, very close to this zero line again, but it does look like it's gonna change towards the upside very soon. So monthly time frame is also showing us that we should be more bullish than bearish, guys. We should be more bullish than bearish. Look at the overextensions indicator down here on the chart. We already hit the bottom. This is 2011, this is 2014, this is 2018, this is right now. These extreme overextensions on the monthly time frame happen very, very rarely. This is the fourth time this has happened. We've been yelling out loud that, you know, the bottom is down. It's very hard to push the price down. So right now the bottom is reached. Right now this is gonna slowly move towards zero line, but it doesn't say that this is you know, and every time we do this, we kind of very steeply go towards the zero line up here on this indicator, very steeply too. So I do see more upside than downside, guys. I definitely do see more upside. So what you're gonna have to understand is all the FUD, all the bearish signals, all the bearish patterns can break towards upside if the price is strong, if the price moves towards upside. We already started seeing that on the smaller time frames. We already started seeing that on the smaller time frames. Down here, I remember very well. Just move this a little bit up here. Down here, I remember very well. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Maybe it's easier to see that. You know, we have had the bearish, you know, we have had, you know, rising wedges that breaks towards the upside. We had the rising wedges up here that breaks towards the upside. We had the, you know, we had already, you know, channels. I don't know where the channels are. Maybe up here is one channel that, or you know, right now it's trying to break towards the upside. But there has been channels towards, you know, channels that go towards the upside. There are technically bearish channels that breaks towards the upside. So all of this bearishness that you see in the charts on the patterns can break bullish if the indicator shows oversold levels, you know, strengthen the price and so forth, so forth. So I'm looking for these bearish patterns that are right now forming on the chart, and everybody is yelling that they are bearish, we need to pull back down, that they are gonna break towards the upside, guys. So this rising wedge up here that everybody is right now looking at, doesn't matter how you draw it, maybe something like this, maybe a little bit up here, maybe some kind of channel up here. Maybe this is the channel, sorry, maybe this is the rising wedge. All of these rising wedges right now with a lacking volume, I'm still looking to break this towards upside and not downside. I'm still looking for more upside and not downside. So this looks very bullish to me. This looks very bullish to me, although it is a rising channel, so rising wedge with a losing volume. And I do expect this to actually move a little bit towards downside. Maybe it will be a very nice way to actually get a long position for the break towards the upside. I think these three levels, these three tops here is created a very nice trend, line up here, very nice resistance line up here, maybe something like this up here, or take up here, some kind of resistance line up here, create very nicely. And I think as soon as we start breaking that, we're gonna explode towards the upside. And let me show you right now some kind of channels up here. So there has been actually two channels up here, and I just already told you that this looks like it is increasing its speed towards the upside. If you don't know about you know, parabolic channels, and let me just quickly tell you about that. Any kind of parabolic move towards the upside, you know, slowly goes first, then increases the speed, then increases the speed more, and then has a blow off top. So these parabolic moves has a very characteristic you know, structure that they always follow. They always increase in speed, faster, 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 and as soon as they you know, start breaking these trend lines towards downside, they're technically in a parabolic move, and once they break, they're kind of over. We're gonna see that on what's happening right now on dollar index in just a second. But over here we are already creating this this channel towards upside. So you can see up here there was some kind of channel. This is a bigger channel right now. Over here might, oh, this is actually a very nice channel, so you might be at the top of this channel up here, but there was another channel up here. Let me just move lines. Now I'm gonna mess it up. There were two channels up here. Wait. There was two channels up here, because this is a bigger channel. It's not this channel I want to show. Sorry, because these two tops up here created a channel down here. There we go. These two tops up here created a nice channel, and this this is actually starting to break towards upside. And then right now we have something like this over here, secondary channel up here that's increasing in speed, something like this up here. So the way I see it, we have this one channel right now that wants to increase in speed towards the upside over here, and after that, once we start breaking these levels up here, it's gonna explode towards the upside. But I think right now that these channels are right now increasing in speed towards the upside. These are actually maybe it was on another exchange. Maybe it was on another exchange. It looked a lot better. It looked a lot better. Let me try it again. We had several. Maybe it was on 4 hourly. And then we increase this, we start breaking this towards the upside, start, increasing the speed up here. No, it is this one. It is this one. Start increasing the speed up here. Go something like this, might be down here somewhere, give or take. Something like this. Yeah, it looks like we are increasing in speed. So these channels right now are increasing in speed. This went like this, right now they're like this. So what I'm expecting right now is the trend line up here at the top. The trend line up here at the top to actually break towards the upside, then break this channel towards the upside up here, and continue the parabolic move towards the upside. So over here, maybe somewhere up here, we're gonna start creating a new channel. Maybe we're gonna have a little, move towards the upside and small move down, and start creating a new channel towards the upside, a faster channel towards the upside. And this channel over here, I think might hit some kind of top levels up here, and then have a pullback. So I don't believe in any kind of pullback right now over here, any kind of big pullback just down. I think that we need to break this over here towards the upside. I think we need to get everybody to FOMO in. The mainstream, people who have been waiting. I think we need to get a lot of people to FOMO in. Once they FOMO in, then we're gonna have a bigger pullback towards downside. And only after this bigger pullback towards downside, then we can have an continuation towards the upside. Continuation towards the upside. On the weekly time frame, there are several nice trend lines over here that you can see. There is one over here. Of course, right now it looks like we are hitting that top over here, but I still think that this is gonna be broken up here. And the reason I think this is gonna be broken is because eventually we need to break these trends. I think Mladen also posted another trend line up here, something like this, give or take. Maybe a little bit more towards downside up here. Maybe it's gonna use these weeks down here. You can see here that these trend lines over here are coming. We are coming very, very closely to these trend lines. But I think these trend lines right now will be broken. The reason I think they will be broken is because when chart is being painted and created, these pivot points, and pivot points are very steep moves. They get created on the chart. So I think right now what we are trying to do over here is create another pivot point, maybe all the way up here, something like that's like 31,000 give or take up here. Depends when we get to that 31, 32,000 towards the upside. Create another one of these pivot points, then move a little bit back down here, and then break towards the upside, this bigger trend line, right? So I think right now that what we are trying to do is create this pivot point over here. This pivot point, and I think this pivot point, the next pivot point over here. Why does my Control Z not working? There we go. I think right now that we are trying to create this pivot point towards the upside, and what's happening with this, man? Daily, weekly. And that's why I think that right now this move towards the upside, that's gonna see when I press it, it doesn't work, and it just Okay, it's not as better. I think something was wrong with my keyboard. So pivot point, to create, just forget about it, just forget. We need to create a pivot point so we can get the line up here and then go below the line and then break towards the upside. You get my drift. You get my drift. We're trying to create a pivot point. To create this pivot point over here, because we are already some kind of bound, we need to break this towards the upside and then have a move towards the downside. This might also create a bump and run pattern. So we have some kind of you know, bump pattern up here, sorry, a lead in, then I have some kind of bump up here, and then we have a bigger pullback towards the downside where everybody of the mainstream gets, you know, start selling again. Then we get a secondary accumulation phase and then go towards the upside. That could be a case. While we are talking about bump and run patterns, let's see more bullish news on, for example, on DXY. So what you're gonna see on the dollar cost index, of course we've been watching this for a long time, is that right now we have actually broken this towards downside. So this uptrend move, I'm telling you, something is wrong with my keyboard. Literally wrong with my keyboard. I don't know. I think I need to buy a new keyboard again. I just look like this. So as you can see up here, right now we are actually breaking. We are actually breaking this towards downside, which is very, very good news. This is actually broken already on daily time frame, but it's not broken on the weekly time frame. So if you look at it on the weekly time frame over here, so if you look at it on the weekly time frame over here, it's not actually broken, right? We are below it and we are trying to break, but we still got something like 15 hours left today. This is actually gonna close on Friday, so we got still, you know, 15 hours left for this actually to break the line on the downside. But it's also very good good move because dollar index and the keyboard again and this is also a very good thing because once this breaks towards downside, dollar index is inversely correlated with Bitcoin. So if this goes down, Bitcoin goes up, and if Bitcoin goes up, this goes down. So this actually also looks very, very good for us right now for a move towards downside. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna go out and buy a new keyboard right now. After this show, I'm buying a new keyboard, guys. So let's go back to the weekly time frame. Not only that, guys, if you go to the monthly time frame, because we just talked about, you know, bump and run pattern on Bitcoin. Over here, you can see up here that we still are on the monthly time frame, are very much indeed in an option. So this over here is still very much in an option right now, but it does look like a bump and run pattern. So a bump and run pattern goes you know, slowly towards the upside, increasing the speed, and then goes down, breaks the trend, and then pulls more back. So this looks like it has a more room to go down. So this bump and run pattern is being created right now on the chart up here. On the chart up here, needs to go below something like, again, 100 level down here. Below 100 level, it needs to break this trend line. Once this trend line is broken on the monthly time frame, it's just gonna dump everything towards the downside, right? So I think, you know, we're gonna have a bigger move. I think there is, of course, still a lot of months left until this actually gets down because this is monthly time frame. But the dollar cost index looks like it's, you know, this move towards the upside is already broken. It's already failing towards the downside. This bump and run pattern, it's already playing out. So I think it's only a matter of time before this bump and run pattern right now continues towards the downside, but it's gonna take a little while. And lastly, what I want to say is that the stock market is actually pumping like crazy. The stock market is going up hugely right now. You can see up here, this trend line up here is already broken, but if we use the wicks itself, we still got a little bit more room left to go before we actually break this towards the upside. The same thing goes for the stock markets up here, sorry, for the S&P 500. We still have more room to go towards the upside up here a little bit before we actually move towards the downside. So what I'm trying to explain to you right now is that everything looks good, guys. It looks bearish, but it looks good. Accumulation phase, I think there is more room left to go. We can definitely have more move towards the downside. We definitely can have more room towards downside down here, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is more likely to actually break towards upside than downside. You know, if we want to dump big time towards downside, I think we need to break both of these trend lines over here, which I don't think that's going to be the case. I think we might have a small pullback down here before we actually explode again towards upside. Best case scenario is just, you know, going towards upside, but for traders, you know, the pullback would be very, very nice and welcome, because we can, you know, get into our long positions. But I think that Bitcoin right now has, you know, a lot more room towards us upside and downside. Now, I'm sorry that this video was a little bit long and this daily, but, you know, I had a lot of things to talk about, and, you know, everything I'm seeing on the charts, it looks super nice. It looks super nice. Next full moon. Next full moon is what is it? Up here. August 12th. Today is the super moon, guys. Today is the super moon. And as you remember, we wrote on Twitter as well. We wrote on Twitter. What is it? Here? I'm not joking, 12th August supermoon, and we will break this bear flag low to the upside. Sunshine rainbows for everybody. So we already said, you know, we already know the dates, guys. We already know dates. Like, we are still expecting this supermoon on the 12th of August. Today is very, very close to actually breaking us towards the upside. So, you know, it's very hard for me to be bearish. Any kind of shape or form is very hard to be bearish. Small move toward downside might come. We're gonna check that out a little bit later today. We're gonna look at a little small time frames like 4 hourly and 1 hourly, but everything looks very, very nicely, you know, for a push towards the upside. I'm very bullish. I'm very bullish. We got a supermoon. This is the third supermoon on the chart. These two were the biggest supermoons. These are actually the real supermoons, but the one that's coming right now, it's also called a supermoon. Depends on the definition you're using for the supermoons, but it's also the third supermoon of the year, at least that's the people are thinking. And as you can see down here, these bearish moons down here are not actually you know, they're not actually pushing us down. They're not actually pushing us down. So this supermoon up here, this new moon up here is also just pushing us sideways. So these two new moons are just pushing us sideways when they should be pushing us down. They're just kind of pushing us sideways. So this is also a bullish sentiment, you know. And I tell people like, hey man, it's 2022. You still don't believe in supermoons. What are you doing? How are you making money if you do not believe in supermoons? So right now we're getting this supermoon down here today, and I don't know if it's already on the chart. There it is, guys, on the 1 hourly. We already got it up. We already got it up on the 1 hourly chart. There it is, guys. We got the supermoon up on the chart. On the chart, there is a supermoon up on the chart. Enjoy the day, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the supermoon. We're gonna take a little bit questions from the chat and see what people are saying. But it does look good, guys. It does look good. We got a supermoon on the chart, guys, already on the 1 hourly time frame. It's already on the chart. Where is Selena? There we go. Where is the moon? There we go. The sun should be above the moon. There we go. The moon, the Selena, you know, Selena, the goddess of the moon. You know, how much indications do you need to know that this is bullish? How much indications do you need to know? This looks very, very bullish. I'm bullish, guys. I don't think if you got the message through the video, through this 15 minutes of talking, I don't know if you got the message, but you know, the message was, we bullish still. When everybody's saying we need to go down, we are like, no, we need to go up. We need to create a pivot point. We need to get the mainstream to buy in. We need to get everybody to FOMO in, because people are still thinking, no, it's going to. But once we start pumping up and you see the volume kicking in, and we see the, you know, frenzy starting to happen, that's when we're gonna create a pivot point. That's when we're gonna stop. That's when we're gonna have a pullback, and that's when we're gonna get a pullback. Right now there is no pullback happening, guys. I know everybody wants a pullback. Even I think I have like 20% of my money still sitting on the sidelines, because I've been waiting for the pullback so long, but I'm a little bit unsure whether I'm gonna wait anymore. So, you know, today I might actually check the charts a little bit more. I might FOMO in at the top. Of course, this might of course pull back. I might be wrong. but I think I need to, you know, invest the last 20% of my money in some kind of small altcoins. I know at least one altcoin that I want to buy at the bottom. I didn't because I wanted to wait a little bit more. Right now it's up 5x already. Stuff happens. The moon is huge tonight in New Zealand. Yeah, so today, actually yesterday was this super moon was actually yesterday the biggest moon. Today is a little bit smaller, I think, from the, you know, from the view that you can see it, but yesterday was the biggest for some reason, I don't know, but you can also see it, I think, today as well. Super moon too. Wasn't able to see the full moon here. Cloudy. Also want to see meteor shower with daughter. Yeah, there was also meteor shower up here. 12:13 Perseidis meteor shower. Perseidis is one of the best meteor showers to observe. Produces up 60 meters per hour as peak. So yesterday, but it's also tonight as well. So maybe you're gonna get a chance tonight as well. It is produced by comet Swift Tuttle. So there is a, which was covered anti-sister. So we're gonna get, maybe you're gonna get, you know, see the meteor shower tonight as well. But the full moon is here, guys. This is the last full moon of the year. Every year got like 2 or 3 full moons. Or new moons, super moons at least. So, you know, these are the 3 that are this year. This is the bottom. We know the dates, guys. We know the dates. So this looks very nice. Everyone is saying bullish. See Kevin video. Who's Kevin and in what video? Long 125x, do it low. Nah, we're not doing that anymore. Bitcoin dumping more than alts yesterday. Do you think strong alts will explode? I think strong alts will explode, definitely. I think alts will actually pump towards upside big time. Let's see dominance up here, how the dominance is looking. Let's clear up everything from the chart up here for a second. You can see right now the dominance, Bitcoin dominance has been bleeding towards downside pretty much. And I think this might actually, seriously, my buttons are not. I'm gonna buy a new keyboard today. Today I'm buying a new keyboard. So you can see here the dominance up here. Let's just clean up the chart from the moons up here. The dominance up here has been bleeding towards downside big time over here with Bitcoin. And while Bitcoin has actually been going towards upside, which is very good. Very good for altcoins. But, you know, altcoins are already outperforming. Altcoins are already outperforming Bitcoin because Bitcoin is going up. Altcoins are going more up. And that's why dominance is going down. So this looks good. It still hasn't broken anything yet, so I think everything looks nice and dandy, you know, for more easy. Maybe there is some kind of, you know, falling wedge down here. It's eventually going to break towards upside, but it might also be, you know, move down, and then we get, you know, this Bitcoin dominance rising. Because you have to understand, while Bitcoin is going up, altcoins might be going up more, but when Bitcoin is going down, altcoins might be dropping more. So once we hit this, you know, pivot top that I'm expecting, we might see altcoins bleeding a lot more than Bitcoin. Pump to 25.6, then big dump. I think that's too low. Stay off 1 minute chart. I'm gonna try. Kevin Svensson crypto. Nah, I don't follow him that much. I did follow him before, and I followed him, you know, 2018, 2019 and stuff like that, 2017, but his tier doesn't, you know, I'm not fan of his tier. When are you going in on Bitcoin? I'm never going in on Bitcoin. I'm just, you know, I did actually yesterday a trade on Bitcoin. I can tell you about that. Yesterday I came home, so, you know, I wanted to do something. So I was looking on the 4-hourly time frame up here. And I went in on let's go to the 15-minute chart. Maybe it's easier to see. Now let's go 5-minute chart. At 24.10, I'm gonna tell you why. 24.10, it's actually up here. $24.10. So we came down here to this bottom down here on the 15-minute chart. There was a lot of divergence stuff like that. So I'm telling you, my keyboard is messed up. I don't know what's happening. I press one button and it does this, you know. Maybe you should just stop, you know, or refresh the chart. Maybe it's the trading view that's bugging. Let's try now. Yeah, it was trading. Sorry. It was my keyboard. It was trading view. Trading was messing up. So I went long down here. So when we had these pullbacks down here, I was like, okay, down there is some kind of box. I need to go long here because it looks like it's gonna bounce. It went down here. I did not wait for the volume. I did not wait for the volume candle up here, so I actually went long up here. It went a little bit up. It went in my favor up here. I did not sell up here, and I got stopped up back at the entry point. So I did a small trade up there. But I'm never buying Bitcoin, you know, to hodl or something like that. Bitcoin is gonna do, I don't know, from the bottom to the top, maybe 10x or something like that. Everything else, Ethereum, Cardano, Matic is gonna do like 20, 30x. Like, why would you wanna hodl Bitcoin, man? Bitcoin is for, you know, elite. Bitcoin is for people with billions and billions in cash that needs to buy something that where there is liquidity, and that's Bitcoin. They're not buying, you know, small altcoins. But me and you that don't have cash, that are poor, we buy altcoins, right? We are not buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin is for elite. For everybody else, it's you know, I don't know, Polygon or Sand or Mana or whatever, right? It's okay. He's like sensor. Removal of hair means removal sensor. What? Great, but we need to see that as well. Bitcoin to the moon. Remove more. Sorry guys. Doesn't matter. The trade played out. AP3 pumped. Yeah, AP3 pumped. Take more kids. Sorry about my. It wasn't so important, guys. It wasn't so important. We're gonna talk about other stuff. Okay guys, we gotta definitely do more live streams today. I'm back in the business. We are back from the vacation. I hope you had a nice time. Dodge Daddy time. Yeah, Dodge Daddy time. Let's do that. Let's do that and set you know, set the precedents or whatever it's called, precedents for the day. You know what kind of time it is. I think it's good time to play. It's good time to play Dodge Daddy, guys. It's good time to play Dodge Daddy. Everybody, thank you for stopping by. I'm back in the game. We're back in the game. We are looking at the charts. Everything looks bullish. The day is shining. Life is good, man. Life is good. We are gonna make it. And I told you in the start, you guys here at the bottom, you gotta make it. I'll see you around, guys. Bye-bye.
I'm not weak or lazy. I'm like electricity, I'm the path of least resistance. Always lies the way for me, I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream. I wanna be a millionaire. Go Dutch, 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 Dutch. Go Dutch, 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 Dodge Daddy, yeah. Go Dutch, 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 Dutch. Dodge Daddy, yeah. Dancing Teslas and SpaceX. This techno king is on a roll. There is no shame in his game. He's having fun, he's in control. I'm in love with a meme. About as real as a dollar, and it makes me wanna scream.